Welcome back into the Enrichment Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by Fast Frame. FastFrameKnoxville.com is their website. They're located over in the Common Shopping Center off Peters Road in West Knoxville. They can do any kind of work you can imagine, including jerseys. That's an interesting one there. What they did on that jersey is you can see there are about 22 different football cards of Drew Bledsoe, and they're in-cut into the mat. Just another way they can come up with different ways to display a jersey for you. If you've got one from a team that you like, if you've got one from of someone who played in your family, Fast Frame is the place to go. Check them out. All right, back with Sterling, Bobby, and over at the YP board, we've got Chuck and Mike, and let's quickly run through the keys to victory. I remembered it this week. How about that? Somewhere my director's chuckling.
I had to remind him.
Bobby, no, not just before the segment. All right, there you go. We do this every week. How'd Tennessee do on 1st and 10s of 4 or more yards? They did that 14 out of 28 times. About half the time, they did gain 4.5 yards, stayed on schedule. Vanderbilt, better than that, 13 of 23. Third down conversions, both teams stunk. Turnovers, both teams stunk. Amazingly, Tennessee won the turnover battle, lost the game. All right. Let's talk about the run offense. I'm going to start over at the YP board with Mike Strange. You're the first one to go. Run offense. What do you give them? 1 to 5. 1 the worst, 5 the best.
Tennessee rushed for 9 score and 4 yards last night.
Thank you.
and that was okay, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to tilt the game, and they needed to take up a little more slack with the passing game being what it was. I'm giving it a 2.
2. All right. Chuck, they had a 4.1 yard per carry average. They had a fumble, but Tennessee recovered it.
I mean, I wanted to make it higher, but it's a 2 because of the way you started the game. You got stuff back-to-back plays, then the interception. This was a game you should have taken control right from the start.
Bobby Scott.
2.
Another 2 from Bobby. Sterling Hinton, what are you going to do?
I give the run game a 3 just on the average. The average per carry is strong. That's strong in SEC.
Neal had 22 carries, 95 yards, 4.3 per. Marlon Lane, 9 carries, 53 yards, 5.9 per. Not a huge difference, but Lane was a little better. Should Lane have played more?
Whoa. I would like to see him. He was rolling for a minute. I like to see him out there a little bit more. Look, he was rolling.
We got a yes from
Yes.
Mike Strange? Okay, I didn't hear you saying he was rolling, but okay. All right, run defense. Run defense, Chuck.
Run defense, I mean, Vanderbilt wasn't that good of a rushing attack. You did okay. Yeah. I mean, to me, I think I would give the run defense a 3.
The Vandy was 31 for 90 yards, 2.9 average, but they're the worst rushing team in the SEC. Mike Strange, what do you give them?
I'm going to give them a 4. 2.9, that works.
Okay. He's not grading on the curve. What do you think? Vandy's not a great rushing team. Does that factor in or no?
I think it has to factor in some, so I'm going to say 3 too.
Okay, he goes 3.
I'm going 4, and I would have given him a 5 had I not seen so many missed tackles for losses.
Okay. Had opportunities, didn't take advantage. Pass offense. Bobby Scott, I'm going to start with you. Dobbs, 11 of 19, 53 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2.7 yards per pass attempt, 2 sacks for minus 23. His quarterback rating was 9.9.
When you look at the stats and everything and its rating and all that, you can't give him more than a 2. But
it's the whole offense,
once
too.
again, I think the coaches, they put too much of a rein on him, and you can't just go in a shell.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
And they did. Sterling?
I'm
What'd you
going.
give it?
Oh, well, yeah, what's
2?
your grade?
2.
2.
I'm going 2 also, but it wasn't all him in the pass
Right.
offense. It wasn't all him.
I mean, once North went out, there weren't a lot of open men running around out there. And when they were open, you had bobbles, you had just plain drops.
If the scorecard minimum is a 1, I'm giving him a 1. And it's that,
You keep saying him.
Well-
Are you grading just Dobbs, or
Well,
are you grading?
I mean, that's pretty much, to me, what it comes down to. I mean,
so
he's
you
the
don't
one
care
that's
that
out
people
there in
aren't open.
charge.
You don't care that Josh Smith
Well, they
can't
didn't
catch
give
a
him
goal?
enough of a chance, but what we saw, I don't see how you can give that pass offense more than a 1.
Pass offense.
Right.
That's the difference. I'm
Okay.
saying it's the offense, not him. But go ahead.
Yeah.
It's all of it. It's
Dobbs
him and others.
Receivers drops pass, don't get open. The play calling, Dobbs won.
Okay. Pass defense, Sterling Hinton. Vandy was 24 of 31, pretty good completion percentage. Of course, you're throwing those screens all out. 195 yards on the last drive, though. 6 of 7 for 72 yards.
Pass defense, I'd give him a 2. I expect more out of our DBs. We've got some exceptional guys back there, I believe. I think Sutton is a Sunday player.
He's exceptionally young, though.
But he's there. And I think, we could have played better on pass defense, especially on a couple of plays.
Matthews catches 13 balls, and we can't even double team him and knock it down.
And you knew coming in he's the
I
best.
give him a 1.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. Matthews is the all-time leading pass catcher in the SEC. A lot of people knew he's Vandy's best and only weapon. A lot of people hadn't been able to stop him. But still, I agree with them. If I had a chart up there, it'd be a 1. What do you think?
I'm giving them a 2.
You're wrong.
I was going to go from a 4. They went from a 4 to a 2 on the last possession.
Okay, all right. Chuck?
I'm giving them a 1, and especially that last drive, the plays open over the middle, and the call coming out of the reversal was huge.
Okay. Guys, very quickly with you. You don't like losing to Vanderbilt. Are you angry about this?
You got 35.
Are you angry or are you just disappointed?
Upset. I'm upset about it.
Are you so used to losing now that you're not angry about it as you would have been 2005 when they first did it?
I'll never get used to losing.
Ever get used to losing.
I just don't see a lot of heat.
And Vanderbilt, I'm just going to go on the record. We're a better team than Vanderbilt. We should have won yesterday. We are a better team than them, and we should have won yesterday.
I agree with him 100%.
I think Vanderbilt people would argue. I think you're right at
Well, that's
Vanderbilt.
their problem.
I think you're the same as
If they
Vanderbilt.
argue with me, I ain't scared of them.
Guys, what's the total?
35.
35, so a little better than Missouri and Auburn and Alabama. I think that's about right. I mean, it's two. Personally, I thought it was two bad football teams out there trying to out-bad one another.
Yep.
Who was going to be the first one to flub up enough to lose it? It was Tennessee. All right, and just barely.
Along with the call.
A bad call, had a play in it, but they had 59 minutes and 50 other seconds to do something about it and not leave it in the ref's hands. When we come back, Kentucky's rush attack. Can Tennessee stop it? Does it matter if they do? Come on back.
Miss an episode of the Enrichment Sports Source? Catch up online at sportsource.tv.